I press rewind. Cause I'ma take them back to when tragedy's all that happened. Used to act like nothing mattered. Savage, real sporadic.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, for sure. And that's I could see that being a leading cause to frequent bad dreams. But,
yeah.
So then obviously we don't gotta get into anything that is a little.
No, you can. Okay. We're podcasting now?
Yeah. I
okay,
started.
Cool.
I like to do. Sometimes I like to do a cold open. Yeah.
Threw me right in there.
Yeah, I did. I've done that too. Yeah, I've done that to a few people. I just like start recording, and they're like, "Oh, you're recording already." I'm like, "Yeah, let's get a cold open, see where we land." But yeah, they came from the underground. And it's I have been questioned on the name of why not just say they came from underground. Well, the underground is literally the thing that people are coming from.
Yeah.
So that's like that was the whole point of it.
I prefer the underground.
See, thank you.
Yeah,
I
do.
Appreciate that. Yeah, that's exactly the confirmation that I need.
Yes.
So yeah, no, it's oh, you're excused. No,
you're gonna be able to hear my fish tank the whole time.
Whole time. Unplanned, but it's all good.
Yeah.
It's all good. Fish are relaxing. Maybe it'll help.
It is. It's like a nice gurgly background noise.
It'll help with the tranquility.
Yes.
He's got the Squidward's house in there, and I found that fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I get along with this guy. But yeah, man. And so Toll McGrane is who I have sitting here with me. Of course, and I should probably make sure I mention that in case I decide not to do an intro. But I've been doing intros lately because I got stuff going on. Well, I don't got stuff going on, but my brother's got stuff going on.
Your brother's got stuff going on?
Yeah, he's a rapper, and
nice.
he recently opened for like Stevie Stone and Haystack and Ritz, and then he's opening for Riff Raff here soon and.
Cool.
Yeah, so he's working.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I'm really proud of him. And what's really cool is his the podcast episode I did with him has over 100 plays.
Nice.
So yeah, so I'm really excited. And then he it's really funny to me that when I told him that he was like, "It's not on me, man." I was like, "Okay, but if you look at all the other podcasts I've done, yours is like 10 times the listens." It's like, but because it's music, it's like because he's like. He's been doing it longer, and like people are still getting used to
How old's your brother?
He is 20.
What's his name?
Jaden.
What's his rap name?
J Versus, so JAYVS.
Cool.
And Versus, like he's got the whole explanation. It's like Versus either is like he has good verses or like Versus like I'll go up against anybody. So it's like a
J versus thing. The volcano.
Depending on the level of volcano. Is where I would, but it is really what would vary where my money's going. But oh man, Jay versus the volcano. That I might tell him to make a song called that. But
hey, might as well.
I got an album title for you. But yeah, it's so he's doing good at that. He kept up with it more so later than I did because I was so obsessed with trying to get into a band.
Right.
That it wasn't until like pretty recently I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna start trying to learn how to produce and then try to make beats or whatever. So, yeah, just doing my own thing.
What instrument do you play?
So I started off learning how to play the guitar. Like I'm really not that great. Like I'm good. Like I'm good enough. I could definitely be like a rhythm guitar in a band, and I have good enough sound association now. Like just from like fucking around for so long that like I can. Definitely I definitely have a step up like a generic rhythm guitarist,
right?
But like I'm no lead.
Oh, you're not slapping any basses around.
No, I'm not shredding. I'm not slapping. I'm not.
Do you sing?
I do. Yeah, that was like my main gig.
I gotcha.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that was I've always liked to sing, and. I don't know what it was that like made me want to sing. I just would do it all the time, and it felt really good.
You know what they say?
No, I don't. Enlighten me.
Comedians all want to be musicians, and musicians all want to be comedians.
Is what they say.
That's what they say.
Dude, that's exactly why fucking John Mayer's doing stand-up comedy or trying to do stand-up comedy.
What?
Right now. Not even kidding. Yeah. He even came on Jeff Ross's podcast. we were talking about the massive amount of podcasts that I consume earlier. And he was, I mean, he's like a cool dude. You know, he's like...
He seems pretty funny sometimes.
Right, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like, he seems like the kind of dude where he'd be, like, real funny, but I think he's, like, hanging out with... I think, you know, like, he's probably been influenced enough by hanging out with other comedians. Yeah. He's like, they probably talked him into it, and then we're like... And he was like, I got interest, and they're like, fucking do it, you're John Mayer. That would be amazing to see that happen in person. You know,
there was a country guy that did stand-up one time, too. A country music singer.
Oh,
who the hell was that?
I can think of Rodney Carrington.
No, he's like real, like he's a comedian.
But I'm not familiar. Oh, right, yeah.
There like a pretty famous country musician that has had a stand-up special or something, or at least a stand-up show.
Man, I can't think.
I can't think of who it is either.
People
are gonna be yelling at their speakers.
Right. You motherfuckers.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a good point. I don't know why Rodney Carrington came to mind. Can't explain it now, but
well, I know why. Because he's a singing comedian,
right? Yeah, true. Yeah, I was like, I know one. Yeah, I'll just throw the one I know out there and see if it lands. Yeah, pretty much. It's pretty crazy to hear about because there's also a lot of people trying to do stand-up right now that really shouldn't be doing stand-up, like YouTubers that have never done stand-up, or like doing nationally sold out headline tours.
It is pretty crazy.
Yeah, there was
anyone that's. I also feel like if there's like actors who, if their career starts kind of faltering, they'll turn to stand-up comedy because they can fill a room.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Whether they're funny or not, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, and they'll just work it out later.
They'll sell tickets, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's one of the fun parts. That's one of the funniest parts about it, I think, is that it is so prevalent now. But there is a lot to be said about musicians want to be comics and vice versa. Yeah. So, and really, what it is like it's the same thing as like rappers that'll be like, I really wanted to be a singer. It's like you kind of find out what you can do, and then fall into that sort of line of it as well as you can, as the closest thing to what you wanted, and then but like also go into what.
But then there's the singing rappers.
There is the singing rap. They
Drake and Lizzo.
Yeah. They really hit the. They're the lucky ones.
Yeah.
They're the ones that don't have to decide, and they can just do whatever they want, and they can,
Or the rapping singers.
Singing rappers, rapping singers.
I would say Drake is a singing rapper, and Lizzo is a rapping singer. Right?
Yeah, I would say that. Yeah, exactly. And it's like because like even the rap bits that I've heard. Where it's nothing that they go into too hard.
Right.
It's like pretty quick and it's with the beat. So it's whatever. But rapping singer is definitely the best way to describe it.
Yep.
Woo. Slipping on chords. Too many. But I actually have a sheet here to make sure I stay on some kind of track.
Oh, nice.
All right. Okay. You were the co-host of No Sleep Podcast alongside Alex Carter and AJ Simmons.
Correct.
You can also see his face sketched on the cover for the cover photo for the Underground Comedy Night at Lefty's.
That's right. Oh, I used to be the host.
You used to be the host.
Yeah. Or a host, not the host.
Right. Now that those bastards have come in.
Yeah.
But it's good. Yeah, that's in. How long has No Sleep been going now?
About 2 years.
2 years?
Yep.
Right on. And then I know AJ started out with someone else. How did you and AJ get to meet?
AJ and I met when he started doing stand-up. We got to be pretty good friends. We kind of had a weird evening where we sort of had a fallout, and he kind of quit comedy.
Oh, really?
And then he came back, and we were good buds, and he started his podcast, and
nice.
Alex was his first guest, and I was his second guest. And the original host, I think they had a falling out. I don't want to get into that, I guess, but
right, yeah.
Once he kind of redid the podcast and had Alex and I come on, and we just sort of kept coming on, and then we became co-hosts, kind of by accident.
Hell yeah. No, yeah. They say, hey, it's like when it works out like that, then you just go with it. And then, did you also meet Alex through doing like the open mics and stuff? Yep. And yeah, right on, man. That's awesome.
And Alex and I have a podcast called Let's Ruin Our Childhood.
Let's Ruin Our Childhood. I do. Definitely. Yeah, definitely. I definitely try to make sure I remember. And I do pretty good. I haven't forgotten yet. To make sure we, to end it with being like, so what you got going on?
Oh, right.
What do you got? Where can people find you? This, that, yada, yada, yada.
But yeah, Alex started doing stand-up a couple years after I did.
Oh, really?
And we both lived near each other, and he didn't like to drive. And I didn't mind driving, and I just started giving him rides.
Friendship and made
we became like best friends.
Yeah,
yep.
Hell yeah. So it was again. This is
and now AJ gives Alex and I rides, which is kind of funny.
Hell yeah. It goes up. It was just slowly being pushed on.
Yeah.
And now you're all carpooling.
Yep.
So it works out though.
It does. It's
being
great.
Economical. Yeah. Hell yeah. So.
And we all live within. I mean, the drive is about 80 seconds between all of our houses.
Yeah. So it's like, that's so convenient that it happened to work out like that too. Because Des Moines is big enough, you could definitely be separated by a good bit. But just by fucking how people normally are. So like the fact that y'all like live close together was like it's like it was meant to be.
It is like that.
Yeah. So that's and it's like and you guys doing the podcast and it sounds like you guys have a lot of fun, and that's a good way to make me listen to a podcast. It's like when it's funny and it's like they're actually into it, and
we have a great time.
Hell yeah. And so it is a lot of fun to listen to, like even when you guys are sketching, like talking about your dreams and talking about your fucking like doing the news bits, or you go over news going on, and then you get and then you got the little bits going in. Like Alex mentions the Pringle has been talking about Jack's Pizza a lot. And, so it's like you've been giving them a lot of plugs. They got to sponsor you guys eventually.
Hey, that's what he's hoping. He's trying to be the #1 Jack's Pizza guy. He's messing with them on Twitter and Facebook.
That's awesome. He's on track to get it done, man. That's what's really cool. He's cool. I had before I got the podcast up and running, I had talked to some people, like been like, "You interested? Would you be interested?" And he was one of the ones I asked. He was like, "Yeah," but he didn't really like. Even now, we don't really know each other. So I'm still working on getting him on. Right.
He's a sneaky. He's hard to.
He's
hard to get.
He's a bit.
I don't know. It's hard to explain what I'm trying to say.
Right.
He's elusive.
Elusive. That's a good word. Yeah, I get that. Yeah, definitely. He's like a shiny Pokemon.
Yes.
But he seemed like he was pretty willing. So I feel if I just like approach him in person, then it'll probably be better, because I kind of might have been over Facebook. But but the first time I asked him in person, and then some time passed, and I actually had the podcast going again, and I was like, "What's up?" And then I just didn't get anything, so I was like, "All right, I'll ask him when I see him." But and then I saw him, and I was like, "Oh, I'm nervous." And but
that's funny to think.
But it's an intimidating mustache. But I thought
it is. He's a big fella too.
Yeah, for sure.
He's I'm pretty tall, and he's taller than I am.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. It's when you have to look up to someone, you're like, "Hey, man, you probably don't want to bother with this." But there's has anyone ever made Freddie Mercury jokes like towards him to your memory?
Not that I know of.
Because I've always wanted, because when he brings me on, I've always wanted, because I don't even know if it'd be good, because I'm I'm like creeping up on a year sort of. Of doing stand up, but like you can judge for yourself. I've like when he brings me on, I've always wanted to be like, give it up for Freddie Mercury, everyone. He really let himself go.
Yeah, no, I
there's something, like just
he might beat you up.
You're right. No, that's what I'm afraid of.
He wouldn't.
But they're just something along those lines. But yeah, so that was the joke I had. But I've been trying to like slowly write roast jokes about everybody, about all the comics.
Good.
It just as practice,
And if somebody can't, I feel like the people that get mad about getting made fun of are not funny.
No, yeah, definitely. I agree. Yeah, there's like you got a lot. You got something else completely going on.
Because most of us got into this, like, the reason I started being funny was just so I said it first. You know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah.
The reason I started being funny. That doesn't even
but before
judge for yourself. Yeah, yeah. But it was, it was as a defense mechanism.
Yeah.
Like, especially, and I do a lot of self-deprecating humor because if I say it first, you can't say it.
Yeah, I always start off with. I've probably not done it maybe 2 times now, but typically I start out my sets with some joke about me, about what I look like.
Yeah.
Just to be like, and now I'm gonna make fun of you, or so just like,
yeah.
Just to be like, just to be like I'm ahead of it. But I totally get it. Yeah, that's a pretty good way to develop that kind of, like that. It's good, and it's good to be aware of what you look like.
Right.
Like, because like if you're already ahead of it, then obviously it's not. Then if someone comes up with says something real good, then you know it because you're like, I've already thought of all the main lanes I thought.
Right. Well, it's not even it's just like, I feel like I'm an awkward person in general. Yeah. And that's, so my defense is trying to be funny. And and like outside of, doing stand up and hanging out with my friends, I don't really talk that much.
Right.
Which is ironic. I'm on
well, those two things
podcasts.
Involve a lot.
Yeah.
Those are all very talkative things. And so probably when you're like outside of that, you're probably like, all right, I can rest my vocal cords for a while. I don't blame you. Yeah.
I'm not a much of a talker. For me to say that, though, if you were, you've listened to 1 or 2 of the podcasts, I talk a lot. I talk too much.
Well, see, here's the that's the thing though, is like like you're like maybe when you're by yourself or with certain people, like it doesn't, like you don't vibe as well with everybody, so It's like when you're with Alex and AJ, you're very good friends with them.
Yeah,
obviously you guys have good energy together, you flow together, you're comfortable with each other. And so when even when I was hanging out with my friend Brandon recently, who I haven't seen in like 5 years, we were literally fucking, like, we could not shut up.
Those are the best kind of friends.
I still love him to this day, even after cause nonsense happened in high school, and then he went in the Marines, and so he was traveled all over the country anyway. But like I hung out, he's out of the Marines now, and I hung out with him I literally brought him to the Mother's Pub open mic.
Nice.
And he loved it. I was like, Cooper went up, and I was like, this one's gonna be your fucking favorite, knowing you. And so I was like, and then Cooper went up, and and Brandon died. So it was like, I was like, I knew, because I can shoot the shit with Cooper similar to how I did with Brandon.
Right.
And then even after seeing him again for the first time in like 4 or 5 years, we were still still had that like energy.
Right.
Because it's just like who we are. And so, but yeah, exactly like you said, they're the best of friends, because it's like by the end of the
people
day,
you cannot see forever that are you're such good friends with that you can just, it's as if they weren't ever gone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's super cool. But yeah, you guys have a good energy together, so you can talk and you go free. You can freely, and then you can give each other shit, whether you do feel like you're talking a lot or whatever. Like they'll say it.
Oh,
and then you give you shit, and then you just move on, and then maybe it happens again literally in the same hour. But like that's because you're comfortable with each other, and you're like so it's like I feel like I talk a lot too, but then I'm like, I'm just doing it because you're not talking.
Right.
Say something. Why are we hanging out?
Yeah.
Like I hung out with you so we could like interact and gain some community. Why you can play your fucking phone games later. Like I get it. It's addicting. But
it is.
Like, am I talking a lot, or you just not have any fucking thoughts in your head? Like, maybe am I a little angry? I don't know.
I don't know. There's also that Pulp Fiction thing where they say, that's how you know you're really comfortable with someone if you can comfortably share silence.
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah.
I don't know.
Comfortably share silence. That's true.
But I will say, Alex and I have been talking to each other on the way to and from open mics for a very long time, and talking a little bit of shit during our open mics for a very long time, where we, even if we're not by each other, we'll like walk up to each other and whisper things to each other to make each other laugh.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's
pretty
awesome.
good at it. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, definitely. And then, so you've been doing comedy about like, you said Alex started a couple years after you did.
Yep.
I know he's been doing it. I know he said recently he's been doing it for about 8. So you're at about 10 or 11.
I'm actually 12.
12.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. So you
It's a long ass time.
That is a long ass time.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. And so I mean, you know, obviously it's good, and like on that basis, it's really good that you're at least doing podcasts and everything, because then all that mind is going into something that people want, and it's part of something that fucking sold out Woolies, and so it's like, you know, you're part of something cool.
It is pretty great. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's part of that is like being good friends with AJ and Alex, but also if you weren't funny, you know, then they'd be like, we're really good friends.
Yeah,
maybe...
I think if I wasn't funny, I probably would have given up sooner.
Right.
Instead of just doing comedy for free for a dozen years. Not always for free.
Yeah,
but,
right, yeah. It's like
for free
a
lot of the time.
For sure. How long have you been in Iowa?
My whole life.
Yeah?
You're
from Des Moines?
Yep.
Nice.
From Des Moines.
Right
I
on,
lived
man.
in Ames for a while, and I lived in Minneapolis for a while.
Oh, nice. How long ago did you live in Ames?
Well, I went to college there.
Oh, okay.
And then I flunked out.
What did you flunk out of?
I liberal arts degree.
Okay.
Iowa State is where I was going, and
Right
then my girlfriend lived in Ames.
That helps.
So I spent a lot of time in Ames. So I pretty much lived there for a while.
I don't blame you.
And but yeah, mostly Des Moines, and then a little over a year in Minneapolis.
Right on. It was what were we out in Minneapolis for? Just to make
that was when I was going to radio broadcasting school.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I've been saying that a lot.
A for-profit college.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Where the professors constantly talked about how hard it was going to be to make a living in radio.
Oh my
and you'd
God.
be like, oh, great, thanks.
What are we here
this
for?
cost a lot of money.
Right.
I'm glad I
exactly.
did this.
Yeah. So it's good to know that I should be real confident about all this time I'm spending here. Good God. Yeah. The problem with that is like radio is dying, and you can tell because of the amount of commercials.
Radio is dying, but podcasts are picking up the slack.
Fucking thriving.
Big time.
Yeah, exactly. And and commercials are such a huge part of that, and then unless you're like part of a network that is like real strict.
Right.
It's like doing like different things and puts limitations, and it's so free and it's more open, it's more real. It's like real conversations. It's like real people. It's not all this like fake like short snippet soundbite shit that you get on talk shows. And
right.
No, you don't have to cut to a commercial break right in the middle of something good, you know, and like fucking like.
For sure.
But yeah, you know, I've been a volunteer firefighter, even though I've been like the biggest actor of all time. Like, I've saved like 30 people, you know. And then,
are you talking about Steve Buscemi right now?
I'm just making shit.
Hey, nice.
But
good.
yeah, thank you. that was a visual impression.
Yeah, it was perfect for a podcast.
Yeah, exactly. They can't. Listeners can't get enough of it. So it's what I've been getting emails every day. More physical humor.
But yeah, he was a firefighter.
I didn't know that. That's actually that's dope. That's
and
really
he went after 9/11. He went and volunteered without saying
shit.
anything to anyone.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Buscemi to the rescue. Maybe he got fucked up in those fires.
Not a guy you would look at and guess he would be a firefighter.
No, definitely not. He's a guy you look at and you're like, you're so cool. Like you look like you did heroin, but you act like you never did heroin.
Right.
Like it's like you know, that's the Buscemi complex.
Yeah. Those eyes and those teeth. Oh baby.
Pierce your soul.
Yeah.
And then gnaw it out in 10 different ways.
Yeah, and then pierce your skin with his teeth.
It's all very pure. Yes, exactly. Oh God. Yeah. So it's
that's why it helped. If you're in Hollywood, you got to be handsome or weird looking.
Right. That's the fun thing about
there's people that aren't that handsome or that weird looking. That are good actors.
Yeah.
So.
True. Yeah. There's
you got to find a niche.
Yeah, that's very true. You do got to find a niche. There's Yeah, and that actually, like Bert Kreischer, I don't know where I heard him say it, probably on podcast. But he talks about how his wife was was like in some audition, or like it was like part of some audition process going on, and there was a lady there who was kind of like, she was like chubby. She wasn't like Melissa McCarthy fat, but she also wasn't skinny, and she and she said that the director or whatever, or like the producer, was like, you just don't really have a look that we can work with. Like, either you're gonna have to lose a lot of weight, or you're just gonna have to go nuts. And
right.
And it turned out it was Melissa McCarthy. And so,
oh, weird.
Yes, that was Melissa McCarthy. And so she was just like, fuck it, and so then.
Are you serious?
Yeah, that's the story that Bert's wife says. So.
Huh.
Yeah, so that's I'm like.
Melissa McCarthy is she's very funny though.
Oh yeah.
I'm not a big fan of all of her movies, but I will give her props. I mean, even like,
yeah, I think
when
really
she's
funny.
on SNL, oh my god.
Yeah, hell yeah. Dude, she kills it in that format. Yeah,
Bridesmaids, we were just watching a little bit of that. She
Yeah.
got a freaking Oscar nomination for that.
She got and reasonably so. That was like, and Bridesmaids was huge. It's like everyone from my parents to like fucking like people where you wouldn't even expect it.
My mom did not like it
movie.
because of the scene where they all start shitting. Yeah.
Oh no, there was shit involved. Yeah, no, that seems like a good part for it. That seems like a good part for moms to cut out.
That's everybody liked that scene. But I get
Everybody,
it. My
but
mom's
my
not
mom.
my mom's not a fan of the shit stuff, which is ironic because I'm the biggest fan of shit stuff that there could possibly be. Like, that's all I talk about. Shit and jizz.
So you're saying the comedy career is not going well?
I mean,
no,
it's going all right.
Well, I honestly, with your experience, I think if you just traveled around, if you started hitting the road and doing
I think
shit,
you can make a choice. You can make a conscious choice. There's people that aren't, not to toot my own horn, but there's people that aren't as funny as I am making a living doing stand up.
That's true. I gotta give you that.
You have to have a willingness to hit the road and sleep in your car and
pretty much
barely have any money and
like really push to get your name out there.
I'm comfortable in my house.
Right.
And it's easy to live here. It's cheap.
Yep.
And I'm pretty freaking lazy also.
Yeah.
So
there you go.
That's a big part of it.
I don't blame you, man.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Mm. That's it. Oh yeah. Actually.
I blame me. I blame me.
I blame me.
Yes.
Hell yeah, man. Well, if you can accept the blame, then that's all that matters.
That's why you get hardworking friends. That's what I did.
That's what I did. And then they carry you.
Yeah.
They carry you to the end.
I carry them, but they carry me also.
we're all carrying each other in some way.
I'm the loudmouth, the quiet loudmouth. That doesn't make sense, but
but it gives them something to work with.
They're the hardworking boys. They're also very funny. I'm not
exactly.
I'm not trying to diminish how funny they are.
Yeah, you are. Let's be honest. You're talking shit.
I'm clearly funnier than they are.
You're ragging.
Have you not listened to this?
If you've been with us this last 29 and a half minutes, you know.
You don't know.
No, you don't.
You don't know.
No, you don't know.
Yeah.
Well, I'll put up episodes with AJ and Alex, and then you be the judge.
There
America. America. But that's like 10 people.
America.
Yeah, so but yeah, no, that's a good point. Exactly. It's something you really have to put a lot of. It's a lot of committal. It's a lot of
if you're willing.
Commitment.
I mean, there are some seriously unfunny people making a living doing stand up.
Yeah. There's creating
not a good living, probably.
No, probably not. No,
but there's also the people that
building their fan base
that are really funny, that put the work in. That you find that's how you do it, and I just don't have that in me. I don't think.
Yeah, no,
I like sleeping in my own bed.
Right, exactly. I don't blame you. I've thought about I've thought about because I don't know what I'm gonna do, after I hit a year, I'm like, maybe I'll move up here to Des Moines and then be in the epicenter of Iowa comedy, then just like really rock it, and then as best as I can, and then if I'm still into it like a year after that, then like maybe I'll consider maybe like I don't know maybe making one of the maybe like 2 years. I don't know. You just kind of feel it out, and then maybe make an even bigger move like into fucking even Chicago or New York, and then like end up in LA someday or something. You know?
It's so much harder when you get like I have so many friends, really funny friends, that move to the bigger cities and are like, this is just. They have. I mean, if you move to Chicago, you can do 4 open mics every night if you want to.
Yeah, it's a quick way. It's that's and really that's kind of like what I was thinking too is like just to be able to get on the stage and get all the stage time in and have know that I can have like so much practice and like.
But you can go to an open mic and not know if you're going to get on or not.
Right. Yeah.
Where you sit, it's a lottery, and like if you didn't sign up on time or whatever, and then like, sorry, you're not getting up. Tonight. Or you got to sign up a week in advance or whatever.
Wow.
You know.
Damn. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's definitely with the popularity of it these days. I'm not surprised. Yeah. So. That
everybody wants to be famous now.
Yeah. And that's
I think they always did, but now with the internet, everybody's got a chance.
Yeah. And everyone and really like what people aren't realizing is they want to be famous, but they don't want to have to do anything.
Hell yes,
I
know. I know the feeling.
Like, me too. I definitely know that feeling. Yeah, that's like because like I think anyone who wants to be an Instagram influencer is literally saying I want people to pay me for me to take pictures of me at my house.
Well, there's people making a lot of money doing that.
Yeah, it's kind of annoying.
It is.
It's so frustrating because it's just some hot chick. That like is puts her ass in the camera and dudes are like $100.
Yeah.
$2,000. It's like okay, the world like whatever fucking wage gap there is just closed off right there. Like it's because it's just
wage gap equals thigh gap. You know what I'm
saying? But I insert drum roll here.
Yeah.
Whatever whatever it's called.
Drum roll. Yeah.
Is it okay? Yeah. Right on. It's but yes, it's
yeah.
So it's
I guess that's not a drum roll. That's what is it called? A drum roll is.
This is part of our business.
I can't do the sound, but you know what I'm talking about. That's a drum roll.
Right. I'll take it.
That's closer.
That's either a drum roll or a clogged garbage disposal. Is there a fucking fork in there? Yeah. Shit. I think I dropped your gerbil down. Oh boy. Yeah. Fuck it. Rim shot.
There you go. People were getting so mad at us.
Oh god, yeah. Fucking. We're sorry. We're sorry.
A rim shot. I think it'd be fun to have. A rim shot night. Have you been to Lefty's for the sound effects night?
No.
Oh, it's so fun.
Oh, that sounds like it'd be fun as
the overproduced open mic.
I can.
Some people get mad though. But
really?
you have to volunteer.
Oh.
So.
Okay. I would love to do that. That'd be funny as fuck. Cause at that point I don't have to rely fully on the punchline.
Right.
I fucking hell man, I would like if they would want to have a rim shot night, I'll definitely bring in. I have a whole big drum set, like that's like worth like $2,000 or more.
Damn.
And so I can definitely bring in a kick drum, a snare, and a crash.
Nice.
So yeah,
do you play the drums also?
Yeah, I fuck around with the drums, and then bass technically, but like if you like play guitar for a long time, you can pick up the bass pretty easy.
That's kind of what I've ascertained over the years.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's like
the ukulele and the bass are a little bit easier.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, bass is way easier. Like if there's some people where you see them play and you're like, okay, bass is definitely still difficult. But then
well, you can still be fantastic.
Exactly.
At the bass or the ukulele. And to a degree where other people are like, oh shit, you're like a ukulele master.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
In fact, somebody was coming to Hoyt Sherman that was called a ukulele virtuoso, and I was like,
really?
I have never heard of such a thing.
Neither have I.
Huh?
Is it maybe it's Israel
Tiny Tim,
Comma Chameleon or something? But
back in the day.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Tiny Tim, tiptoe through the window.
Yes.
This song is so fucking creepy. It gives me nightmares.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. That's
He lived in Iowa for a while.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Damn.
I saw him at the airport once.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Did you walk by him and then be like, I hope you're tiptoeing where you need to go?
No, I was kind of creeped out.
I would be too.
And I was a child.
Right. Oh yeah. Oh fuck. If you know that song as a kid, you're like, is he gonna kill us? Is he Satan? which is kind of probably sad in his case because he probably was like, I'm proud of this song, and then everyone's
he
like,
was
God.
super. I mean, he was hella famous for it.
That's true. That's why you see it in so many movies.
Yeah,
you just see it in movies where it's a dead kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a theme. It's like weird.
They play Tiptoe Through the Tulips for dead kids?
Yeah, if you've seen I want to say it was Insidious, where there was there's like a little ghost kid,
horror movie,
little ghost kid, and he's dancing, but he's like
gotcha.
not real. He's he's like a kid that was murdered or whatever, and so but then it's like tiptoe through the window. Yeah. So,
okay.
Yeah, but and I've seen it in other things where it's like. I've seen it like in a couple of things where it's like I can't remember specifically what it was, but like it's thrown in like to be
that would make could make a scene of a movie creepier.
Yeah, it definitely can, and it has.
Yeah.
No, it's actually while we're kind of talking about just like kind of arts and stuff. Who have been your who are your influences in comedy kind of coming into it, where you were like, fucking man, they make me like love comedy and do it.
Actually, I tried.
And it can be a list too.
I tried not to be influenced, but I loved Mitch Hedberg.
Hell yeah.
A lot of one-liner guys.
Yeah, definitely.
Dave Chappelle. But I did try. I kind of made a point to not be influenced and to kind of try to do my own thing.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
No, I agree with that totally. That's that, and definitely that is where you want to get to. And but yeah, no, and really it just kind of refers to getting up in comedy, like who you were watching that like made you like get a love for it in the first place and that sort of thing, and like
right. Well, I mean, when I was a kid, Eddie Murphy, Raw and Delirious were so funny.
So funny.
And
when
you watch them now, oh my god, you're like, oh shit. Like this
it gets aggressive.
Yeah.
Oh,
there's a lot of F-bombs. I'm not talking about fuck.
No. Yeah, fuck is okay.
Yeah, fuck is A-okay. The other one.
Yeah.
But I mean, I've said it on podcasts before. Growing up, I quit saying it. Obviously.
Yeah.
But it was just part of the vernacular.
Yeah. Right.
It was just like what everyone said all the time.
Exactly.
Like you called everyone that. Constantly.
Especially your friends.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh yeah. The better you knew them, the more faggy they were.
Yes, for sure.
And that wasn't just, and that was just for them. That was just literally to make them be like, all right, shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Exactly.
It was just funny. Yeah, and that's I stopped saying it too. It was just like I'm too empathetic to have a bunch of people that I'm like friends with being like, that really hurts my feelings, and me still continue to be like, fuck off, you fag.
Yeah.
It's
also like it didn't mean anything.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we just said it.
Yeah, exactly.
It was like a bunch of but like some black friends hanging out, dropping the N-bomb.
Yeah,
that's
it was that aspect. Yeah. I totally understand that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's and honestly, you're one of many to make that to give that explanation, and it makes perfect sense, I think, because there's plenty of stuff that we like. I didn't fucking know gypsy was a racist term until like 3 years ago.
Right.
I had made jokes about gypsy, and like I didn't even make jokes about gypsy, but I had said gypsy for a long time, just in random situations, because I didn't actually know what it was.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Can I take one brief break to get?
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, if you want, you can do it. Matthew Jacobson did. Just use Sneagle's voice into the microphone.
My roommate. Nice. Yeah. He hasn't done much in a while.
That's typical artists. Hup. Alrighty. Still running smooth. I have this issue with my program that I use that if I like go too long, it'll like crash out on me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and that happened to both Shane McGowan.
If you
and
take
Cody
too long of
Taylor.
a break?
No, if I just record for too long. So if I get too close to 2 hours, it'll like crash out. So yeah, I have to. So either I have to like stop before that, or I just have to like stop at an hour and then start again. But yeah. Alrighty, we're back after a short intermission. We hope you all found yourselves occupied. Tell me
Are you recording?
Yeah, I'm still recording.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I never stopped.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, I haven't. I keep forgetting to set it so that it'll follow, and so it just like this is the beginning. It just shows that,
Okay.
And I can't see the yeah. So I know it's recording though because I got the red light going, and and everything's moving. So yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So.
All right.
Yeah. But we were talking about our influences, the people who got us into drugs. Do you remember how long? So you've been doing it about 12 years now.
Yeah.
Do you remember your first open mic? Well,
I do.
Yeah. What? Did anything interesting happen there? Probably nervous as fuck. Yeah.
I was so nervous and very drunk. And I destroyed. I was amazing.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, you got the bug the first time.
I did.
Yeah.
And a lot of my friends were there, and it was kind of busy, and that's part of the reason I did so well. But
it could be, yeah. It's good to have. It was good that you had a good crowd.
I was well prepared, which I never am now, and I threw my notes away, and
it's blank anyway.
And I went like 7 minutes over, but I was doing so well that nobody was going to stop me at that point.
Yeah, dude.
7 minutes might be an exaggeration, but I went way over.
Felt like it.
And I remember some old guys being mad at me afterwards because I did so well. And then I did well at my second one. And then, like, the next 8 open mics I did, I just ate shit.
Yeah.
Where I was like, oh, this is what's supposed to happen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, shit. So this is not all fun and games. Yeah. That's so funny. That's so funny. A couple older dudes came and got mad at you afterwards.
One guy was really mad at me.
Oh, I thought because originally I thought you were gonna be like because I said something they didn't like. No, they were just jealous.
He was mad that I was funny.
They were just jealous
on my first time.
Yeah, because it's like then like it's like so it's like and if they're like old dudes, it's like if they should only be mad if they also are in like only their 10th time doing it. Because it's like if they've been doing it long enough, then you fucking know and have realized that's how they get that's like a possibility of like someone doing stand-up.
For sure.
That first time it goes well,
and it's in fact when somebody is instantly good, I'm super happy now.
Yeah,
I love it.
Hell yeah. Yeah, exactly. That's the like that like oh god, like I can't even like because I did pretty good. Like I did pretty good, you know. Like I didn't do like great, but like I did well enough that like the other comics are coming to me like you should keep doing it, you know. So so I was like, all right, I will, you know. And that was enough, you know. But like I can't imagine. But you know, it's just like just imagining like that immediate gratification. It's like I've never done this before, like, and then just like oh hell yeah, that would be like I'd be all in. And like I'm all in right now, but like it's just like, but I can't. Like, someone who but like to think that would happen, that like someone could get their reaction and then not want to do it again.
Right.
It's so crazy, you know.
Yeah, I don't. Well, I mean, sometimes people never get a reaction. And they're been around as long as I have. Some of them. Yeah. And I'm good for them.
Right.
Keep doing it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's cathartic.
It is
too.
Yeah.
Just some people.
Yeah, no, yeah. It's
I don't know.
I love the atmosphere, you know, just going to the open mics.
And it's also like it's like a couple nights a week where you go meet people that do this weird fucking thing that you also do.
Yeah.
And you like maybe you don't have long conversations with everyone, but
it's like
it's
a
still
club
like it's like hey, good to see you, like
Yeah.
It's an odd little community.
Yeah, exactly. And you can and honestly, you can even if even if you don't have like a relationship with them at all, you can basically go up to any other comic and just talk to them.
Yeah.
If you have something to say, because they're gonna be because they know that you're also a comic, so they're seeing you as this equal in your kind of thing, and so it's even if you go with nothing to say, they're still gonna greet you pretty openly, and so it's but yeah, no, it goes along with that. It goes along with like you said, it being cathartic. It's just it's such a place where you can't. It's not beneficial to be, just nasty to each other or just visceral to each other. It's not.
I mean, that happens too.
It does
sometimes.
It definitely does.
Yeah.
We can't escape that. But ultimately, it's just it doesn't help because. The way I think about it is if there's a problem, you're literally in a place where everyone's coming to talk.
Yeah.
Everyone is literally writing words.
But we're also a lot. It's kind of a bunch of outside of comedy. Maybe we're a bunch of antisocial weirdos.
Yeah.
that are trying to figure out what the fuck we're doing in life, and this is why this is what we turn to, because we're all damaged individuals.
Yeah. Sometimes those damages come up.
Yeah. And I feel like it's funny because you hear about Andy Samberg always says how he's had a perfectly fine upbringing, and he's so funny. You always assume people that are really funny are there's something wrong with them.
Something fucked up.
Because normally there is.
Right, yeah. And you can't even be mad for someone for suspecting that could be the case.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think Will Ferrell is kind of that way too, where he's like, oh no, I had a perfectly normal life.
Right,
He's just a weird guy. That's funny.
Yeah. It's just kind of something that drew him in.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because he was like a sports caster.
Really?
That's what he went to college for.
Ooh.
I think he went to college for sports broadcasting.
I could see that.
Yeah.
And that probably helped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're also not stand-ups.
True.
They're sketch comedians.
Yeah.
And I think that's more acting.
Yeah.
Where stand-up is more like, hey everyone, come hear about how fucked up I am. And they're like, oh God, what the hell? All I talk about is jizz and shit. People love it.
I gotta take on the world. Mostly revolves around bodily fluids.
Yes.
That's your MO.
Yes.
Come get in my BM.
Which is, I think a lot of, I don't know. I feel like I don't do offensive jizz and shit jokes though. They're classed up.
I just love that phrase. I love
my
that
stinky
statement.
pussy joke.
It's
classy.
That's a good joke.
Yeah,
I like that one. It is
brand
classy,
new.
Yeah, it's good.
It's brand pussy spanking new.
Oh fuck! As long as you keep working at it, it'll never become as stinky of a pussy as the joke is about.
There you go.
Yeah. So that's.
Oh man, good.
Oh, yeah.
My sister told me on my other podcasts that she's like, you talk about jizz too much.
You're right. What you know?
Yeah, I was like, you've seen me do stand up. What are you talking about? Yeah.
You've seen me.
Yeah.
You've seen me in my personal life. No, that's so funny. And I can't blame your sister for not wanting to hear her brother talk about cum so much.
Right.
But
she comes to my show and laughs harder than anyone.
She's just being supportive.
She is.
Yeah.
She's very supportive, and I appreciate her very much.
Hell yeah! So shout out to Toll's sister.
Yep.
So
my other sister said I should stop saying the F word so much.
Yeah, fuck it.
You're fucking right.
Yeah.
And I probably should.
Fuck me, eh? No. Yeah. Well, I mean, if you limit it appropriately.
No, I don't care. And I used to actually write it into jokes.
Yeah.
Which is if that's you're a year in, if that's something you're doing, don't do it. Don't write it into the joke. If it comes out naturally, allow that to happen.
Okay.
But don't.
I like that.
Don't write. I'd be like, oh, you know what I need right here? A fuck. Or a fucking, or a fucker, or a motherfucker, or whatever. You don't. It just comes out of me naturally.
Right, yeah.
You know?
Yeah, exactly.
Just like my jizz.
No third party outside stimulant needed.
Nope.
No, I free-handed it.
Yeah.
You've heard of free balling?
I'm free-handing the motherfuckers. Just like my jizz.
Steer clear because I can't control the direction either.
Yeah. Nope.
It's pretty powerful, so I gotta reach. I'm hydrated.
She told me that. Now I feel like I talk about jizz even more because she's like, you got to stop. And I'm like, well.
Now you're thinking about it.
Yeah, now I'm like, oh, don't talk about. And I'm like, oh, okay. Jizz time.
Oh man, a girl fucking I'll get on your level for a minute here. I one time was hooked up, but it ended with her like fucking laughing at me for like a minute because I had to pull out, and I was completely unaware of the fucking distance I had, like because I missed my target.
You're a young man.
I missed my target, which meant I was like in the middle of the room and I hit the back wall.
Holy shit, you fire hosed her.
Dude,
oh my god.
I had to aim down and like have it go very specifically against like more of a wall, which was her. But like
right.
I was like I even had a moment. I was like it's not something you can like really just stop. So it's like
it's literally something you can't stop. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm literally like fucking like, and this is the thing. So I'm literally just like, oh fuck, like it's just like in like a bit of a panic, because I just saw a little bit like disappear from my sight into something, and it would have gone farther if the wall hadn't been.
You're talking to a guy that's accidentally jizzed on a cat, so it's fine.
That pussy was asking for it. Yeah. Well, hey, you just took it a little too literally. Yeah. And this is the first time me and Toll have hung out. And
that's true.
So we're really
really getting close.
Yeah, that's the side eye there.
aim somewhere else. All right.
As long as I'm aware of it now, I can steer clear. Because now I know what I have to prepare for.
You never know what's gonna happen.
No, yeah.
You know?
When
it
you're
comes
well
to
How
many times did you do it to yourself earlier?
Right, none.
Did you? If it was done, you're young. It was done. I don't know what the girl looked like.
Built it great.
If you found her attractive,
I can only hope.
Sexy times.
Yeah.
You might accidentally shoot your jizz against a wall.
Yeah, that was like 10 feet away.
Oh my god! Holy shit!
It was like 5
That's
feet.
impressive. I got a new career for you. Yeah.
The comedy. So you're saying comedy's not my calling?
I'm found a if you can shoot jizz 10 feet. That's
I might be exaggerating a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't want to build up too much confidence and then not be able to deliver. But, oh yeah, no. If it was 10 feet, I've been like, there's something wrong with me. No. Oh fuck, man. Yeah, that's fuck. No, didn't expect to go there, but
nope, we did.
No, no. It's but hey, we everyone, it has to happen eventually. Just like jizz itself, it's got to come out.
There's nothing to jizz but jizz itself.
Wise words never been spoken. I know who I'm voting for this semester. This is my guy. Oh God, was your family funny?
Yes.
Yeah. You kind of. I know that sometimes. Because my family usually had a decent sense of humor, but like I wouldn't.
They're also more than even being funny. They are. My dad was funny, but he was like.
Then the war happened.
Pretty dry.
Then the Fire Nation attacked.
Yeah, and my dad's. Oh, I don't want to say this actually.
You don't have to.
But
say it.
He was like more dry, and my dad's side of the family was kind of more dry. But my dad was funny, but my mom and my sisters are the like easiest, and my mom's side of the family was like all pretty funny and all like the easiest laughers ever.
Yeah.
So like they're the best audience.
Nice.
So even everyone thinks everyone else is pretty funny, and if you say something even sort of funny, everyone like dies laughing. So then you think you're funny and you try to keep being funnier.
Exactly.
And that's
hell of a spark, yeah.
It's pretty great. Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah, man.
Everybody hanging out together laughing is pretty fun.
Yeah. Those are the times where I feel closest to my family.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
My past birthday I was pretty sad. I got dumped a little while before that. And man, oh man, I forgot. I was like, me and my family were hanging out and we were laughing so hard. It was really fun.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah.
That family can really come in handy.
Yeah, they came in pretty clutch.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And I probably don't hang out with them enough, but
yeah, no,
when we do, we have a good time.
Yeah, definitely. That's something I've even at 24, I still have very much a young brain.
Yes.
And so it's hard.
You're not even. I don't think you're technically fully mature for another year.
Yeah, exactly.
Your brain isn't.
I am not mature in terms of science.
Not quite ripe yet.
That explains a lot, just about my physical appearance, which is but yeah. So it's that's that. You're very right about that. Yeah, I'm not done. But I feel like even when I'm done, I'm still gonna have to I'm gonna feel like I'm not done. But like but
you never feel like you're done. I imagine. I feel like I guess I feel like I'm overcooked a little bit right now, but I'm not done.
Right? Yeah.
I'm maturing.
Have you ever thought about? Well, because I have the thought. Not only do I have the thoughts of being able to take myself up and see myself as just another person. In the way that walking down a busy street, you're just gonna see some face.
Yeah.
And truly putting yourself in the position of literally not being anything that you think you are. That your brain kind of creates the illusion of that. I'm not good at explaining things, but but just being able to step outside of it and just not. Because I know for a long time my ego was kind of big. I was I was a much angrier kid, which is probably why I was drawn to metal. But I was I was so centered and I couldn't
Turkey's done.
Nice. I'm starving. But I just couldn't. It was hard to kind of disconnect and truly empathize and walk in another person's shoes.
Okay.
And as I've gotten older, I've gotten a lot better at that, and I find myself slipping out of it a lot, and holding on to that is real difficult for me. I find because just because it's me feeling like a normal person, feeling normal, or feeling
holding on
good.
to feeling normal is what's hard, or holding on to
feeling like I've matured and come into myself and and I've finally kind of settled in my brain, figured shit out, and I've come into it just a general curiosity instead of a panic.
Okay.
In life, and so it's but that's really why that's probably really why I found comedy is because I like the atmosphere of people that of a room full of people that could potentially be hurting.
Right.
The same way that maybe I have, and they're all just trying to make the best of it, make you laugh, and it's just the kind of idea of being a feeling you've been broken down. And then now you feel you build back up again.
Yeah.
So that's
I feel like I've been. Well, not, but yeah, I've been broken down. I know what you mean. I also have this. I feel like I'm outside of myself a lot of the time.
Really?
In a weird way, where I'm looking through my own eyes, but I feel like I'm looking out through someone else's eyes. I'm not even. I'm not even what am I doing?
Yeah.
I'm not even doing the things I'm doing sometimes. That's maybe weirder, but
honestly, I totally get you.
Yeah. And they used to people say that's what they call going through the motions, and I was like, I don't think it is.
No.
I feel like I'm someone else inside of myself.
Yeah.
That's
it's
a very weird thing.
Yeah, literally looking at my arm, is this
whose arm is this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is all this hanging off me? It's just in your brain. It's just that's just you right there in that little bubble behind your eyes.
Yeah.
And yeah, the outside world when it it's so crazy because it makes it like to me sometimes it kind of gives you that feeling of like you're watching everyone do these things and
yes, absolutely.
You're not involved in it, even if you're like directly involved. When you like go up and you look at it, you're like, what the fuck are we doing?
Well, that's a thing. Like, I wouldn't say I feel like I'm going up.
Not even
I
particularly.
do feel like I'm someone else inside of myself with like a video camera watching what's happening rather than being in what's happening at any given time.
Right. Yeah.
It's pretty weird.
That is, yeah, no, it is a weird feeling.
But I think a lot of people feel like that.
Yeah, I can definitely relate to you on that.
Or where I have to like, if I'm in situations where I have to socialize and I don't feel like it.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, okay, you got to adjust to this and pretend like you know how to do this. Where I'm like, I feel like I don't at all.
Yeah, exactly.
It's very weird.
A lot of winging it.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to use the restroom.
All right, we will be taking a short intermission for Sir Toll to empty his bladder. All right. So yeah, we were talking about feeling outside of ourselves, which some might take as depression.
Oh yeah, probably. Alcoholism in my case.
That doesn't help. Yeah, bit of a depressed person myself. Which is kind of why I'm always seeking the funny. But like, but
well, I think there's a tendency to for that to be the case.
Right.
Oftentimes.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's it's definitely something to seek out. What is it about comedy? Obviously, besides fucking killing, that you really love. That you're just like that. You think about it and you're like, man, that comedy is cool because like, man, like, I love it because Not me.
Yeah. I love it because for a short period of time, people have to listen to what I say. They don't have to, but I try to make them.
Right.
And if you do well, it feels good. If you don't do well, you still got to say what you were looking to say.
True.
And I don't know. I'm a needy motherfucker that likes to be listened to, and I don't know. That's mostly it, really.
Right.
Is that I need constant praise.
Right. Yeah. Hey, it's a good way to get it, and you get that immediate feedback too, and you're done. So that's a big component of it, Yeah. So I don't blame you there. It's definitely it's definitely something. It's like because obviously when you do comedy a lot, like it is a it is a good and common move for like the experienced comedians to not watch too many or like watch other comedians unless they're
I really don't
to keep from getting influenced and that sort of thing. But obviously being at an open
and I'm
mic,
sick of it.
Right.
I've been to so many open mics and.
Yeah, and you listen to a lot there. You kind of have to because it's the only thing going on.
I go to a ton of comedy shows, and
right.
I love it. I love going to them, but people are like, "Did you see so and so's most recent comedy special?" And I'm like, "No, 'cause I don't."
Right. Yeah.
I'd rather watch something else. I don't know. I prefer dramas and action and superheroes.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, no, and that's like
I do like a good comedy.
That's
a
good balance.
Yeah.
You go out and you do comedy, and then you be comedy.
Yeah,
and then you
I don't need to
watch
it
drama
all the time.
Right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't blame you there, man.
Same. Like I deliver beer.
Yeah.
Guess what? I don't like.
Beer.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. I don't like beer very much.
Yeah, I don't either. Not a beer guy.
No.
like.
And I should, but I
kind of consider beer like there are people where they're like beer's good. I'm like, all right, like you just your taste is just acquired like just so different.
And I used to
like beer.
Yeah, I used to drink a shitload of beer, but it was all Busch Light.
Oh really? Okay.
So it was like I was never, and now I've been working at a craft brewery for 5 years, and they have great beer, and I would say.
But you developed your palate a little,
I did,
from
and now I just drink rum and Diet Dr. Pepper. So
at least it's Diet Dr. Pepper.
Well, I didn't want to be a big fat guy anymore. I was a big fat guy for a while.
Oh really?
Yep.
Oh okay. Like I said, right on. I did not know that. Yeah.
I was. True story. I've gone back and forth my whole life. Though,
okay,
pretty much.
Right on. I've been kind of a consistent like male pregnancy look for like 5 years.
Yeah, I wouldn't call. I'm not a skinny guy right now,
right.
And I've never been a fully skinny guy, but
me either.
I have been a very fat guy. Yeah.
Oh man, yeah. It's like because like I think I saw like an old picture of you where you just like I was like kind of like just like looking at like old, like open mic photos or something where I think like you did see it, like maybe you seemed like you were like I was definitely like, oh, he's lost weight since then, but I didn't know you were like a big fat dude. I thought you just like were like me, where like you're like at one point you're a little heavier, now you're not.
Yeah, I mean, but I was over 300 pounds at one time.
Damn.
Yeah.
How tall are you? Like about like
6'2".
Okay, it's like I always forget that like height can also kind of determine how much of an issue that is. Because for me, 300 pounds would be fucking a death sentence.
Oh, I was huge. I was
5'8",
big though, dude.
Right?
I was big because now I'm like closer to 200. So
right on. Yeah. Definitely, yeah. No,
I'm over 200.
Hey, I'm 180, and you got like you got multiple inches on me, so it's like a reason. So it's like a reasonable growth there. So it's like. So it works, man. No, but clearly you started taking your health seriously. Yeah. And that's important.
No, I didn't.
No,
I just wanted to get laid again.
Isn't that why?
It's not about health. Yeah.
Isn't that why men do anything in the first place?
Yeah.
Fucking, like no guy would buy a really nice car if they didn't think it would get some chick in their bed. Yeah. That was a weird time to say that. But things happen. But
I mean, they would guys that like to drive fast.
True. You know? Yeah. There's always the exception. There's always the exception to the thing because you obviously you got the guys that literally made racing their life and like working on cars their life. But literally,
are you a car? You said you work on cars. Are you a car guy?
Working with them makes me feel cool. Because it's like this kind of cool thing, like, even though I really don't know what I'm talking about, like for most things, like I know very basically, but being around them so much, I'm like more of a car guy now than I ever have been.
Okay.
Because now I'm around them a lot. People are always talking about them in some way, so you kind of learn a lot of things offhand, just through hearing shit or like being part of conversations and stuff. So I'm kind of a car guy now, but like when I'm outside of work, I really don't care. Like if I see a nice fucking car, I definitely start ogling it like it's like a fucking supermodel. But like
got you.
But like because that's the part of me that's into cars coming out. But like until I see it, I'll just literally not. I'll be thinking about anything else. So
yeah, I used to care about cars and the cars I drove.
Yeah.
And now I don't at all.
That's
now
good.
I'm just like now. In fact, I drive a Fiat.
Really?
And whoops. Like it's funny. I think it's cool. Like that's how dedicated to comedy I am. I was like, it'd be really funny if I drove a Fiat. Turns out it's very expensive and it's really incredibly unreliable.
Yeah. It's an Italian car. For people who don't know,
fine Italian automotive technology. That's what it stands for.
Oh, that's so sad.
Actually, it just rhymes with Shiat.
Biatch. Yeah. Boom, boom, pew, 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 pew. Which is more accurate. Yeah, it's because Fiats would come in and definitely when you sit like like knowing that you're as tall as you are and like you're like I would. Even I kind of feel like I'm too big for Fiat, to the point where which is so funny to me like a smart car. I feel like people get them because they're small and cute, or they seem more economically stable.
Yeah,
that sort of thing. And then
at least doesn't Honda make smart cars?
They make
or they own the company that does.
Oh fuck, I don't know. They have smart Honda where it gets real technical, and they have the Fit. Which is similar. It's The Fit is their it's like their version.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what they got going on. It's like
I don't know.
Little thing.
Well, Fiats are pieces of shit.
So good. So for anyone listening, don't get a fucking Fiat. And I used to change the oil on them. Even just changing the fucking oil.
Oh, I had to.
Is like the biggest pain in the ass.
My alternator went out, and I had. Whoa, that scared me.
That was unintentional.
Yeah, and
I was making an exploding sound.
it was very good. I'm jumpy. Don't worry about it.
Okay, I'm sorry.
And
I apologize.
so I had to get the alternator changed.
Yeah.
And the guy came to tow it, and I was like, "Oh no, have it towed to the dealership." He's like, "Oh man, we can fix alternators. We can fix anything." And I was like, "Okay, what is your place?" And he said the name of the place, and I was like, "Are you reputable?" I kind of looked. I was like, "All right, whatever. You can take it to your place." They didn't have the tool to work on it. They had to remove the axle to change the alternator. I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" And it costs so much money. I don't even want to talk about it.
Yeah,
obviously I do. I am talking about it.
Right, yeah. We don't have to open old wounds, of course.
Yeah,
no,
but
I see that.
they made a tool.
Really?
At the place.
That's hilarious.
And they literally
we had something like that at LOF.
Nothing
I don't
else.
What it was.
Like, there was some little things that I was like, I figured they'd, like, inflate the tires or do, like, some... I think they were like, they're like, "We did this. Fuck you. Have your car back." I was like, "Thanks. All right. See you later. Thanks. Right. Sorry I ruined your guys' day by sending my car here."
Yeah, exactly. And that's so shitty too, because you can't. That's why it sucks for those car dudes that lean in with that sort of thing. Yeah. Like, we can fix anything. Like, you didn't even ask what kind of car I had. Like, yeah, it's like, because like that's and like I've worked with cars now for like 2.5 years, like doing what I do, and I could tell you, Fiats and like little cars like that they fucking suck. Like Fits are good. Like Honda cars are like have a lot of easy access to shit. They're set up well and they're easy maintenance, and a core to last you for fucking ever. And they're good. They don't like sometimes when you get up into certain models, it starts to like some models look a little cheap. Yeah, and some of those aren't too great. But it's like but then like you start getting into these then you get into shit, and then you start like having to work on it, and you're like, wow, this car that they pass off as like this great investment in your life is actually like the worst thing that's gonna happen to you.
I made the assumption that I was like, oh, any car made after this year, like my car is like a 14 or 15. I don't know what year. I was like, they don't make bad cars anymore, is what I told myself. Right. They do. They're called Fiats.
They're called Fiats.
Yeah.
It's an abbreviation, apparently.
Yes.
That's so stupid.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
So
yeah,
don't buy a Fiat.
No,
even though it's fun, I like it. It's like driving a go-kart.
Yeah.
That part's fun.
Exactly.
But every day I'm like, is my car going to work? I don't know.
Yeah, you never know.
It costs so much money. Luckily, I only have to pay for it for 3 more years. So that's good.
Only 3 more years.
Good times. Yeah.
Dude, that sucks. I'm paying off my Nissan. What's funny is I work at Honda, and I'm right across from Nissan. Yeah? I do love Nissan.
What are you driving?
I drive an Altima, a 2008 Altima, and so it's got really good bass in it, and it drives really well. It's only got 93,000 on it right now, and I try to keep it clean. I'm not the most tidy person, but
clearly you're in my house. I wouldn't worry about that.
Oh God, is that where we are?
Yeah. I had 2 Nissan. No, I've had, because I had a 300Z also.
Oh,
I loved it, and it was the earlier the T-tops. I loved it.
God, I had the T-top.
Yeah.
That's the way to get to my heart right there.
It was sweet.
Yeah,
it was really cool. Coolest car I ever had, probably.
Hell yeah. I loved old muscle cars even beforehand, but I remember I was like, man, like Firebird and like Chargers, they all had like that kind of like this, like kind of like a similar but not like same kind of look, but like I just like the look. I've always liked.
That's why I love. But the 300Z was like a miniature version of all of those. Yeah, it was like a mini Corvette. Yeah, it was so cool. Yeah. I loved it.
Exactly. Yeah. So when you and then you see it, you see what all that has come to.
Yeah.
To today, and you're like, oh man. Like sometimes you see that model and you're like, oh God, they got it right this time. Yep. Like they got it so right. And both Nissans and Hondas, I can vouch, are like pretty easy to work on as far as cars.
Yeah,
cars
they're
go.
good cars.
Yeah, like GMC, they'll pass you off as like this huge company, but they can often give you some of the most trouble. And
really? That's surprising.
Yeah, it's typically their bigger vehicles, They like that when you get like
that's even more surprising.
Yeah, like well, because and honestly, I would
the
honestly,
SUVs and the
yeah. So like because we'll get like Chevy Traverses coming in, and then like Silverados typically are taken care of because they're usually typically they're being used for work.
Right.
But when you get like some asshole who gets like a big fucking SUV who's like real nice or like it looks real cool, maybe it worked well when they got it, or maybe it was a bad year for the SUV for them or that year or something. But very often I will see people come in with Chevy SUVs or like Ford. Don't get a Ford. Like it's just there's no use explaining. It's just they make it hard, they make it expensive, they make it break down, and they don't have power. Like
I will say this: having been a driver for so long, driving trucks, but like vans and trucks and mid-cube vans or whatever.
Yeah.
The difference fully between a Ford and a Chevy is nuts. Like a Chevy is like, why does every Chevy have balls and none of the Fords do?
They don't. They fucking don't.
It's weird.
It's fucking weird. And
it's like they have the same size engines. Why is this Chevy badass and this Ford sucks?
It literally doesn't make any sense. And that's Ford's whole fucking gambit is them being like, it's tough. It's going to get the job done. Maybe I'm thinking of Dodge, but Ford still, but it's like
maybe they
Ford,
got a lot of torque.
Right,
I don't know,
right, yeah, exactly. Like Ford, literally, their whole thing is like now they've moved into making only trucks, and it's all for the purpose of that. That's what they get right. Their sedans often fucking suck. They're they like literally the most ridiculous cars. Like the Mustang was the thing that worked out for them. And then the pickup trucks are where they thrive.
Yeah. I think the Ford F-150 is like, isn't it? It's been like the best-selling truck forever.
Yeah, and so like that's where,
which doesn't make any sense to me, having driven both Ford trucks and Chevy trucks. I'm like, if any of these Ford dudes ever drove a Chevy, they'd be like, and I'm not a car guy at all.
No, you don't have to be.
And I'm just like, I've driven trucks for work. And like the Chevys are cool and the Fords are bad.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know.
That's all you need.
That's all you
need to know. That's
sorry, Ford.
True. Yeah,
I didn't mean it. But.
It's like sorry if you were planning on sponsoring.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, for real. Like that's like yeah, no. The whole matter of people driving Fords willingly and like defending them is that
being obsessed.
It's the same thing. It's similar to like having a football team.
Yeah.
It's like you just got to stand by your team.
Or supporting Trump.
Yeah.
Like, no, he's right. Like, he's not.
No, it's like you don't give a fuck what he said. You're just like you just want to be on that side.
Yeah.
It's like that's all it is. And so because literally Chevys have literal power. They look good. They'll run hard for you. And you just have a better bet.
Yeah.
Like if you're getting Ford, you're doing it because you think you're gonna fit in with your friends or whatever. Yeah.
And I currently drive a Nissan truck for work.
Hell yeah.
And it's
Nissan
perfectly adequate. Yeah,
exactly.
It's not good or bad. It's like it does exactly what it's supposed to do all the time.
Exactly. You like the look of it. It does what you need it to do. It doesn't give you shit. And you probably are even like, hey, it's got a couple nice features to it.
Backup camera, baby, the best thing that ever happened.
I love backup cameras. Yeah, man.
Except for it constantly beep. Like it's supposed to beep when it senses something. It just beeps the whole time. Yeah.
Oh, shitty. That sucks. Yeah.
That is what it is.
Yeah, it's just trying to alert anyone around.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, yeah. That's the thing, but that's really, kind of like, hey, let's bring it all around. That's kind of a thing that you can apply to your industry that you go in. You're gonna have like we'll use comedy because we're most familiar with it. You're gonna have your duds that for some reason people like and they do well, but you're looking at them like, what the fuck does anyone see in what this guy or gal has to offer, or they, because we're 2020 and 2020 baby. But then and then you have all the way from like, they're a god. This is like the ultimate form of like what we're trying to get here that we can even fathom to our comprehension today, and then still people will be like, no, they're shit.
Yeah.
And so, but yet, but they're still just prophetic. And so, it's like sometimes it's like when it all comes down to it's like cars. There's literal science to it, where it's like it's not so much subjectiveness.
Right.
But at the same time, that does do a lot.
Well, that's what, and you being a guy that works on cars, saying that Fords are designed to break down, it's kind of like, what?
Yeah, it's
like iPhones.
Yeah, exactly. They're not put. It's like, and maybe they're not designed to break down, but they're not put together so well that it's gonna that you're gonna be like, wow, look how many miles this thing has. You're gonna be
they've
wow,
literally,
they
programmed iPhones to slow down.
Yeah, and then they try to pass off some lie that it was to keep
and then they were like, just battery. Kidding, we did this.
Yeah,
like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
thanks.
Fucking iPhones.
Yeah,
yeah, they like to think
and I have one,
like,
and I like it, but
yeah, so yeah, exactly.
It's definitely slowed down.
You got firsthand knowledge, firsthand example. Yeah. Exactly. That's and it's and the fact that it's something they admitted they did is fucking crazy. But it's like,
but that's also kind of fits in the Ford model big time because Apple invented the smartphone.
Yep.
So they can sort of be like, well, fuck you.
Yeah.
Ford didn't invent the car, but they invented the mass-produced car.
True.
And they're kind of like, well, fuck you too.
Yeah.
And people are like, I love Fords, man. Like,
yeah.
Oh,
it's
okay.
like, it's like, you don't love. Yeah, it's like, I wish I could just be like, you don't love Fords. You just love the kind of attention that you get for saying you love Fords.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, yeah.
Who's giving somebody attention for loving Fords?
Real hardcore
weirdos.
Guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just like it's just one of those it's almost like virtue signaling. Like you're just like spouting out something.
I'll only ever drive a Ford, man.
I won't drive a Ford, man. And Chevys. Ugh.
Yeah.
How dare you mention their name in my house? Yeah,
Who cares? I don't care. I find the older I get, the things I don't care about. Man.
Why am I?
But like Ford versus Chevy, who cares?
Yeah. Yeah.
But also I know, having driven Chevys, they're better. So I guess I do care. I don't know.
You have literal experience, see, and that's exactly what I mean. It's not subjective with cars.
Literal experience as a guy that isn't a car guy, that just has to drive for a living.
Yeah, exactly.
Where I'm like,
you fucking noticed.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's fucking like as much as when you're driving for a living, there's no way you're not picking up the feeling of the vehicle. So that's exactly what you need. You got to ask someone who's driven both for a long period of time, and
unbiased.
Yeah,
my bias is based on the performance of the vehicles.
Exactly. Yeah, that's a huge part of it. That's such a huge part of it. And if no one wants to and obviously you have your tailgaters, you have your people that are clinging on because it's what they think it'll get them, but just in the same as anything, it's like you can't cling on to something. If you cling on to something that is doomed to fail, then you're just only hurting yourself.
Every relationship I've ever been in.
it's fuck me too, man. Yeah.
You're young. It's gonna get worse. High
Thanks,
five.
Man.
Yeah, no problem.
Well, don't just say it.
Yeah.
Gotta deliver.
Spray it.
Yeah. And then hope for the best.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Maybe one day a spine will come off.
Yeah, it's my fault. My fault.
It's your own damn fault.
It is indeed.
Yes. Oh fuck, man. But you know what? But fuck, we are. I think we are coming up probably about an hour and a half now.
Okay.
But this has been a lot of fun.
It has.
Talking to you. I was definitely looking forward to it. Ever since I heard the podcast where you're talking about your dreams, I was like,
oh yeah,
guys got some shit to talk about.
Yeah.
But you guys are all but listening to it, I just knew you guys are all a lot of fun, and you got
sweet boys on the old No Sleep podcast.
Yeah, exactly. So so I think it is an appropriate time now to make sure we cover everything that you got going on, where people can listen to you, find you, and all that jazz.
Yeah, yeah.
Sure we get in there.
No Sleep, the podcast. Let's Ruin Our Childhood, also a podcast. I'm hosting occasionally at Teehee's Comedy Club.
Hell yeah.
open mics at Lefty's and also Teehees. Lefty's on Tuesday at 8:30. Sign up at 8. Never starts at 8:30, but that's okay.
True.
And Teehees, sign up at 8. Starts at 9.
There you go.
Des Moines, Iowa, baby.
Baby.
And also Java Joe's. Do you go to that one?
I do, yeah.
What time does that start?
That starts sign-ups at 7, and then the show starts at 7:30, and then but like a little bit later because they're putting the names in order. So yeah, but yeah, so then that's you, and then like so. And because I'm in Ames, I'll also hit up the open mic on Wednesdays that goes on, alternating between Timeout and Mother's Pub on Wednesdays at 8, and then show at 8:30 as well. And then also Java Joe's and Teehees and Lefties. And so no guarantee of which ones I'll be at throughout the week, but if you really want to see me, just go out to all of them. You'll run into me.
There you go.
And
good idea.
Thank you. And then they came from the underground on social media, or TCFTU podcast on Twitter because the name is too long for them. And and I don't have anything coming up. And then obviously